Could there be a better time to play Arsenal? 3 days before a Champions League showdown with a dozen of their first-team squad otherwise engaged. You might almost add the name of Matthew Upson to the list of absentees. He's become an England international since leaving Arsenal last January. This is his first reunion. Christophe Dugarry is injured, so David Dunn is the Birmingham support striker. Arsenal still have 6 of their support staff out on loan to other clubs, so the 18-year-old Frenchman Gaël Clichy makes his Premiership debut in midfield. Pascal Sigan starts a league game for the first time since April. 3 of the 4 suspended players are injured anyway. Fifth place versus first place in the standings at the start of trading today. But the gap between Birmingham and Arsenal is already 10 points. Mikel Forssell cleanly challenged by Pascal Sigan. Nobody has beaten Arsenal yet. Birmingham would narrow the Premiership's credibility gap if they succeeded. The top 3 are getting away from the rest. First touch for Clichy, who is a fullback really by trade. Edu finding plenty of company in blue, and Clichy is unable to keep it in. Birmingham haven't beaten Arsenal at all for 10 years. Last season they were trounced 4-0 here. Ouch. Cole shoulder to shoulder with Clemens. Pires. Henry coming deep. Just to Saita. Clichy. There's an awkward bounce for Cunningham. Charged down by Bergkamp. Henry threaded through to Ljungberg. Smoothly done inside of 4 minutes by Arsenal. Freddie Ljungberg is the goal scorer, and this time Thierry Henry is the goal creator. Beautifully timed pass, steered with finesse, almost with a little bit of backspin, so that they just ran perfectly for Ljungberg to look Taylor in the eyes and send him the wrong way. And Arsenal, who scored inside 5 minutes at St Andrews last season, have scored inside 4 minutes this time. Plan B. Get to the ball. Henry managed to elude Johnson. He's in full cry here, Thierry Henry! Well, he's the first Premiership player to 10 goals this season. He scored for his country in Germany last weekend. He always seems to score. Pat Rice, the vocal element in the Arsenal management team. Wicked cross, Lazaridis is there. Goal kick given. The assistant on the near side felt it was a corner. Lazaridis just stole in front of Sigan. After that combination between Clemens and Dunn. We should take this opportunity of putting on record our commiserations to all Australian sportsmen and sports fans today. Hardline stand. They did beat us at football in February. Came off Sigan. Clemens' bold challenge contributing. Birmingham have the throw-in as a result. Clichy losing out to Clemens. Now Dunn. He's won a corner kick. He played just off the front man when Birmingham won at Newcastle early in the season. Dunn got the winner. He played in a similar position against Chelsea here last month. A little long for him. Came off Clichy for the Birmingham throw. Done with disguise. Into Lazaridis. Well held by Lehmann. There were players closing in, if it have come back off the German goalkeeper. Siegel. Clichy. Did well to unload there with Savage in the vicinity. Just bumped into Bergkamp. Play on, says the referee. Forsell in possession. Outnumbered. Campbell diving in, winning the ball. Rather threatening look to the challenge. Great to say that Paul Durkin is giving this every chance. Really overlooked 2 or 3 fairly robust challenges there. Birmingham lost their last match to St Andrews, but Charlton's win at the start of the month was their first home defeat in 9 months. When Arsenal scored early here last season, they won in a canter, but Birmingham have pushed them hard throughout the rest of this first half. They've improved since last season. They'll need to improve some more in the second half. They trail to Freddie Ljungberg's goal. Birmingham made their best ever start to a season in the top flight, and they have won only 1 of their last half-dozen matches, none of the last 3 here at St Andrews. The goals have rather dried up again. They are in danger of losing that early momentum. Arsenal, who started with so much, are finding some more. It's a dangerous cross from Pires. Six of Arsenal's last 7 wins have been by the odd goal. They can turn it on, but they can tough it out too. Campbell in charge. A little bit early to be looking at the watch. Henry is onside here. He might go all the way himself. It is a corner. Something denied him. Other than his own inaccuracy, the timing of the run was perfect. And once he was behind Birmingham City, they were undone, and it was a very good stop by Mike Taylor. Edu takes. Forward Taylor drops it. Would you believe it? For an outstanding save to deny Henry. He almost presented a goal to Sol Campbell. Oh, no flag here. Henry galloping clear. He has Ljungberg and Pires for company. Oh, and needed a good save by Taylor from his own player, Kenny Cunningham. Such was the alarm that Henry caused by springing the trap initially. He was trying to put it back towards Robert Pires, and the retreating Cunningham nearly did his job for him. Good stop. Edu takes. Campbell unchallenged, turned away by Cunningham, fittingly. Clichy to Pires. Arsenal go back to come forward. A recurring theme this season, and Arsenal have suffered no ill effects, but he does have half a dozen players out on loan. Gio van Bronckhorst would surely have played today if he wasn't at Barcelona. Jeffers, Pennant, Volts all in the Premiership. Done. Now you see it, now you don't. The back heel for Lazaridis. Toure standing firm. He's played most of the season at centre-back alongside Sol Campbell. Lazaridis, disappointing. That well-known right-back Thierry Henry turned it away. Defending the near post. Savage. That's a searching cross for Sale! Birmingham's best chance. Mikkel Forsell just got in front of Jens Lehmann. Excellent cross by Robbie Savage. And Lehmann was quite literally beaten to the punch, but lived to tell the tale because Forsell's header was just wide of the mark. Canu into the path of Toure. Bergkamp. Ljungberg takes it on the burst. Just had to stop and check and go back. And his momentum was interrupted so that he couldn't add to his first half goal. It was a similar run. He comes in off that flank and bursts into the penalty area. Scored 17 goals that way in the Arsenal double year. Not quite so prolific since. Damian Johnson. What a kick. They really have stuck at it today, Birmingham. Both Upson and Cunningham are forward. Towards Matthew Upson. Jamie Clapham. Important headed that by Toure. Seized upon by Canu. It came off done, and Arsenal can break here. Henry on towards Dennis Bergkamp. He's won the race for the ball. Can he win the race for the goal? Yes, he can. One end to the other in the blink of an eye. Dennis Bergkamp's first goal of the season surely secures the points for Arsenal. And that is the danger of playing against the league leaders. You're attacking one moment, defending the next, and picking the ball out of the back of your own net the very next. Henry again with a scoring pass, and Bergkamp as cool as you like, just lifting the ball over the onrushing Mike Taylor, having run a long way himself with people pursuing him, younger people it has to be said. But Dennis Bergkamp kept his cool, and his technique did the rest. And Arsenal have some breathing space. And Arsenal have got Birmingham exactly where they want them now. Edu in towards Ljungberg. There's that pace from Bergkamp again. Ah! Well, we know he can do the tricks. We know about his balance. See, I can't do that. Campbell's header only as far as Savage. In towards Forsell. What a kick. Good defending by Ashley Cole at the far post. Another useful cross from the left foot of Robbie Savage. Oh, Matthew Upson jumping up in front of Jens Lehmann. But it just hasn't happened for the former Arsenal man today. Ironically, he was Arsene Wenger's only English signing for a long time when he picked him up as an 18-year-old from Luton back in 1997, but never quite able to give him the opportunities that he wanted. Strains of a rugby anthem drifting round St Andrews. At the end of a football match. Playing with the wrong shaped ball today, these boys. Perez steps into a third goal for Arsenal. Brilliantly done. A goal that had Arsenal written all over it. Thierry Henry, labelled the best player in the world by Steve Bruce this morning, has set up all three. And Robert Pires just stepped forward between defenders, kept his balance, kept his head, chose his moment, and rounded off a wonderful day for Arsenal. Came off Seagull. Hughes headed in towards Morrison. Lehmann managed to fend it off. Still a chance for David Dunn. It was the roof of the net. Well, he's done as much as anything to keep alive the Birmingham threat until the closing 10 minutes of this match. It's a similar score to last season, but Birmingham have run Arsenal much, much closer, no doubt about that. It's another record for Arsenal. 13 unbeaten from the start of the season is a Premiership first for the team that remains first in the Premiership. 3 goals, 1 at the start, 2 at the end. Scoreline a little harsh on Birmingham, but a scoreline that tells you a lot about the reserves of sheer talent that Arsenal possess. 3-0 winners. Good bounce for Cunningham, charged down by Bergkamp. Henry threaded through to Youngberg. Smoothly done inside of 4 minutes by Arsenal. Arsenal can break here. Henry on towards Dennis Bergkamp. He's won the race for the ball. Can he win the race for the goal? Yes, he can. Perez steps into a 3rd goal for Arsenal. A goal that had Arsenal written all over it.
We scored late goals, and I must say, we scored an early goal which put us in a good situation in the first half. They didn't put us under a lot of pressure, but Birmingham played well and closed us down the whole game and made it very difficult for us. And we knew it was a kind of game. If you don't concede a goal, you know you might get a chance on the break in to the end of a game, because I have to throw everything forward, and that's what happened.
Well, I think I said it before the game, that if there's a better player in the world at the minute than Henry, then I'm yet to see it, because he's if you just leave him 1v1, or he just gets the space and he gets turned around at you, he's devastating at the minute, and he's certainly punished us against today.
How do you deal with that kind of raw pace that Thierry Henry brings to their attack?
Good question. It's difficult to deal with. I think you can't drop off too much and let him get ahead of steam. If you can try and nip the problem in the bud as soon as you can, and maybe get a challenge in early. But it's a tough. He's got such good feet at pace that you really have to have your wits about you.
Looking ahead briefly, you were without half a dozen players today. How many of them might play in Milan on Tuesday?
Well, we have back available Gilberto Silva and Ray Parler. That's all.
No Wiltor?
I think Wiltor will be short.
And Dennis Bergkamp isn't climbing into a car at the moment, no?
No. I think he played well today and gave everything today, and to travel so far and only 3 days is a little bit short.
First 13 unbeaten in the Premiership. Nobody's achieved that before. Run impressive again, Arsenal. What impressed you, though, about them?
Well, we're normally talking about, I mean, Bruce has said it there. I'd echo his sentiments there. Best player in the world, possibly, Thierry Henry. I mean, we're normally sitting here talking about the great goals he scored, is it going to be goal of the month or whatever. Today we're talking about Thierry Henry, the provider. I mean, today he showed the other side of his game. Here you see him, he latches onto this pass here from Dennis Bergkamp. Just measures a great little through ball. Full marks to Youngberg. He goes off. He's running. He's going off, but the ball's right in his path. Go on, pick that one out. Can't miss. But that's a lovely threaded ball between people. This one's made to measure for him. I mean, it's a great way of defending. This is to leave everybody wide open and just let one pass take the whole defence out. I mean, they were counter-attacking. Great finish by Bergkamp. Great aplomb. Flips it over the keeper. We see another one here. Little ball down the side. There is favourite position. He's always hanging and lurking on that left-hand side. Teases, walks it up to the keeper, measures a pass. Great first touch by Perez, goes between people, slots it. Clapham nearly ties himself into a reef, not trying to get out of it. But that is a side of Henry that we often talk about. We see his great goals, but he's different to any other striker I've ever seen in that respect. But going back to today, I don't think he was their best player today. I thought Bergkamp today had the sort of performance where he turned the clock back, and it was like a resurrection for him. I mean, I didn't think Bergkamp could play the way he played today. He showed all the old pace. He was running above the ground. This is vintage Bergkamp. There he's circled, ball fed into him, out of his feet, picks his pass. Oh yeah, and he's got a great target going down the left-hand side of Henry. Here we see him again, threads, attacks the heart of the defence, defence waiting, measures that little Arsenal ball through again between people. Unfortunately, that time Youngberg can't quite get onto it. Once again, look at it. First touch, he knows where his players are, takes an extra look, but he does know, flip, over the top, long diagonal, Perez going onto it. And he was full of everything today. He was really, really on top of his game. And this, to me, was absolute vintage. Holds it, no danger there. Here we see Youngberg going off the back, plays a great little pass, and unfortunately for Freddie, first touch isn't quite as good as he'd like it to be. Look again, there's 3 defenders around him, but the weight of the pass is perfect. And if Youngberg gets that out of his feet, he's adding to his account again today. This was the icing on the cake, if you like. There he goes. Dennis Bergkamp, the flying machine, if only. But you look at him there, keeper comes out. He really panics at the end, doesn't he? He really flaps a little bit at the end. Great finish, great performance by today's Arsenal captain. And you just wonder, with Tuesday coming up, we heard what Arsene Wenger said. They ought to be carrying him. He ought to swim out there. He's badly needed in the San Siro on Tuesday.
Well, he won't fly, and he hasn't ever flown. And
He'd be too tired after a swim, to be fair to myself. That is a long way.
You've got a view on this, haven't you?
I would love to know. I really would love to know what measures were taken when he was a boy or early on in his career.
Bruce Rioch signed him, didn't he? I wonder if he knew then that he was airphobic.
I don't know if he would know then, because...
Sorry, it was after the incident. They had an incident after the World Cup in '94 where the Dutch team had a bad escape, and that's what stopped him flying after that.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, has he been to CMD about it? Because it's obviously a serious mental problem he has with flying. And I just think for his teammates, it must be a blow before you go...
When he plays like that...
on that forum,
in the
early on in his career,
you know, you would imagine wonderful.
Sensational. It's got to be a loss to it. Make no mistake about it, on that form, Arsenal are a player down if he obviously doesn't travel and play. What a talent.
Well, we'll have the match for you without Bergkamp.